I have been kind of blown away by really just how many guys the Knicks have that are stepping up into new roles. And so obviously been well chronicled now that Randall is out for considerable time. Mitchell Robinson's been out for probably a month and a half, 2 months at this point, or whatever it's been. OG now has missed time and has since had surgery. Brunson's missed a couple games here and there. But in all of that happening, normally where you would consider that, like, okay, a team is going to lose because of this, the Knicks up until very, very recently, like last week or so, had still been winning. They'd had the longest win streak in the league. I think they are tied for the longest win streak of the season at 9 games. You know, Deuce McBride, Precious Achiuwa, Dante DiVincenzo, Isaiah Hartenstein. We're talking about guys that have played big roles, some more than others, especially Hartenstein and Dante DiVincenzo. But lately, Precious Achiuwa, like, these are guys that a lot of people would have had questions like, are they good NBA players? Or at least in Precious's case, I think that's fair to say. But Hartenstein was viewed as a good backup. And this is someone that since he joined the starting lineup has been one of the better centers in the league from the standpoint of he's a great rebounder, great offensive rebounder, but he's someone that it's to a point now where I think on some level, if he and Mitchell Robinson were both healthy, I think you could at least ask the question of, like, is he a better fit with the starting group than Mitch, despite Mitch being the best offensive rebounder in the league? He just does some different stuff. I don't think you miss so much from a rebounding perspective. And by the way, it's really difficult to go from being a backup 5, who generally speaking, you can probably foul as much as you need to or want to.
Right.
He struggled with that the first couple games of being a starter where he had not really been in this role before and just kind of self-adjusted and, you know, all of a sudden goes from playing the minutes he's playing to playing 35, 36. You know what it is to play for Thibodeau, playing 43 minutes or whatever you have to,
right.
Which, you know, after last night with DiVincenzo getting hurt, playing, 41 out of 43 minutes, it becomes a concern at times. But not just him, but prior to his injury, Dante DiVincenzo becoming arguably the best kind of role-playing three-point gunner in the league, having multiple games in a row of shooting 15 or more threes in a game, second in the league in threes. I mean, it's wild to just watch these guys kind of adjust to these roles and fill these gaps for a team that has had a lot of injuries, but record-wise doesn't look like it. So, you know, I would kind of say it's like the Knicks having shark's teeth on some level of maybe the guys replacing the stars are not stars, but they've done it meaningfully and impactfully. And, you know, it's part of why the Knicks are even in a conversation for a 2 or 3 seed, what have you.
Absolutely. Precious Achiuwa is a fantastic call out because I knew that he had shown, you know, really impressive flashes on both ends of the court while he was in Toronto. Like, there were periods where you look at the switchability and the way he could guard up or down, and you thought, like, well, that could be a high impact defender. He'd been, you know, a pump and go drive guy and like an attacking the offensive glass. He'd shown some touch and some ability on offense. But I would look at that and think, like, this is just the kind of guy that Tom Thibodeau might like completely mothball because he makes he blows one assignment and Tom Thibodeau's like, absolutely not. And it has gone so far the other way. Like, he is, Tom Thibodeau is like completely, like, some of that is necessity, but also, like, I think he has like 3 16 rebound games in the last 2 weeks. Like, he's a super great, been super good defending the rim. He's been switchable on defense. He's been attacking the glass. He's like in those like playing power forward or 5. Like, he's just shown so much versatility, and where like that was a guy that I think was widely seen as something of an addendum to the Anunoby trade. Like, oh, he just sort of makes the math work, and winds up being like a super important player there. I feel like I've probably said too many things about the Knicks, which is probably why the basketball gods are punishing the Knicks with more injuries and more difficult things happening for them, because I've been too effusive and too positive. I've allowed briefly.
All of us, really.
Yeah. But Chris, what you have to understand is I'm the one who deserves bad things happening to him. So when I start to be happy, that's when the cosmic balance has to be struck. But I will say one of my little love things was I love that everybody in every arena in the NBA knows that if Josh Hart gets a defensive rebound, he is taking it straight to the rim. He is driving end to end and barreling through 2 or 3 guys to get there. no matter what, he's doing it, and he's going to do it every time. And then when he gets there and he shoulder blocks somebody and doesn't get a call, he's going to be like absolutely apoplectic that he didn't get the call and wonder what happened. And everyone knows what's going to happen. It's a transaction we're all familiar with. And yet it still seems like sort of wonderful and surprising and new every time. Either he's going to make the layup and you're going to be like, how the hell did he do that? Or it's going to be like, how the hell did he think he was going to get that call? Everyone knew for 45 feet he was going to drive into the chest of two dudes. And he will, but it's like a new surprise and a new fresh surprise every time. So Knicks basketball, surprises spring eternal, although over the last like week or two, maybe some fewer surprises, maybe just some, or the pleasant variety. We can get some guys actually coming back healthy into the lineup. Hope springs eternal there.